A new report says consumer confidence in the economy has dropped for the fourth month in a row and cites as two key reasons persistent inflation and the threat of tariffs. Those worries have brought Americans' short-term economic expectations to a 12-year low. Senior business and tech correspondent Ling Kent joins me now. Ling, good to be with you. How do you read these numbers?
John, look, consumers don't feel good about the economy right now, and that includes the labor market, the state of the business world, and personal financial situations. And we're really seeing that in the family financial outlooks that hit a 2.5-year low. People are saying basically that their optimism about future income, which had, by the way, held up pretty strongly over the past few months, largely vanished. We did have one positive note, though. Consumers said they plan to buy bigger ticket items like appliances, but that's due to the fact that tariffs are on the horizon. But this is the worst reading in 12 years. And, inflation obviously has slowed down from those peaks, but it's still going up. And that's what we're seeing reflected here, John.
So this is the consumers' numbers. What's your sense of what business leaders are thinking about this economy?
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the data first. CEOs' ratings of current business conditions here in the U.S., they fell 20% from just January. This is the lowest level since the spring of 2020. Remember when the pandemic shut down businesses all around the world and here at home? Also, anecdotally, I've been talking to small business owners. When they're talking with their trading partners in Canada and Mexico, there's a lot of concern already that's having a material impact on their ability to do business. And so that's already coming, even though tariffs have not yet officially hit, John.
And we're expecting more tariffs to hit in some form. How should we think about the effect that's going to have on the economy next week?
Look, the Trump administration's reciprocal tariffs, they're supposed to go into effect April 2nd. The country's not named specifically yet, but they're likely to be what the White House, the Treasury Secretary, has been calling the Dirty 15. And that's the countries that the U.S. has that trading deficit with. So you're talking about major exporters of consumer goods like clothing and electronics. But one thing business leaders, consumers, and investors are likely hoping for is just some certainty, some clarity on what the heck is going on here, because there's so much up in the air with tariffs. And since there's just been so much back and forth, it's been hard to keep track of. A lot of business leaders are saying they can't prepare for upcoming taxes that may or may not happen. So people want certainty both on the consumer and on the executive front, John.